Greetings, dear friends. Today, we're making something truly comforting. Uzbek tortillas with meat. Soft golden flatbreads wrapped around perfectly seasoned, juicy meat, carrying the warmth of home in every bite. A dish that's simple yet unforgettable, filled with rich flavors and tradition. Let's dive right in. Uzbekistan, a land of ancient cities, endless golden deserts, and a vibrant culture. From the grand architecture of Samarkand and Bukhara to the bustling bazaars brimming with spices and silk, every corner of this country tells a story. But perhaps its heart lies in its cuisine, rich, warm, and deeply rooted in tradition. Among these treasured flavors, Uzbek tortillas with meat held a special place. These golden fire-kissed rounds of dough filled with tender spiced meat are a simple yet deeply satisfying staple. Whether baked in a tandoor or grilled over open flames, they embody the essence of home-cooked comfort, warm, hearty, and steeped in heritage. In Uzbekistan, baking is more than just cooking. It's a living tradition passed from one generation to the next. The scent of fresh bread, or naan, floats through village lanes and city streets alike, baked daily in clay tandoors, glowing with centuries of warmth. From the crackling crusts of round loaves stamped with intricate patterns, to festive pastries layered with honey, nuts, and spices, baking is woven into the rhythm of Uzbek life. It's what welcomes guests, completes every meal, and fills homes with shared memories. In Uzbek culture, meaty feelings are cherished companions to baked goods. Generous, savory blends of lamb or beef, onions, and fragrant spices tucked into dough and baked to golden perfection. These tortillas, or somsa as they're known locally, are a perfect harmony of texture and taste, flaky on the outside, juicy and rich within. Uzbek recipes vary from region to region, but the cuisine is unified by its national dishes that are commonly eaten and widely available throughout the country. This is where I draw inspiration, by immersing myself in the flavors of different cultures, in the scents of distant kitchens. It's what breathes life into the bowls and knives I craft by hand, each piece echoing a culture, telling a story through its shape and detail. So go ahead, grab your phone, scan the code, and bring a piece of that story into your own kitchen. Uzbekistan's legendary Silk Road cities, Bukhara, Khiva, and Samarkand, flourished as crossroads where merchants exchanged goods and ideas. By the 8th century, the region embraced Islam, and majestic madrasas and mosques, funded by trade wealth, began to shape its skyline. Bukhara became a renowned center of learning, attracting scholars from across the Muslim world. It was within this cultural mosaic that Uzbekistan's contemporary cuisine began to take shape. influenced by traders and conquerors from every corner of the world. The result is a unique culinary heritage. Even today, you can taste the influences of Turkic, Kazakh, Uyghur, Mongolian, and many other traditions in Uzbekistan's beloved national dishes. I need to pick some alacha from my garden, but while I do that, let me take you deeper into the rich tapestry of Uzbek culinary history. Let's talk about plov, perhaps the crown jewel of Uzbek cuisine. Legend says it dates back to the 14th century in the time of Emir Timur. His armies needed something hearty and portable, and so plov was born. Rich in calories, simple to make, and perfect for long journeys. From battlefields to family feasts, it's a dish that speaks volumes with every bite. If you're as much of a history buff as I am, then follow me on Instagram. There's plenty more culinary tales, ancient recipes waiting for you there. Whenever I make Uzbek tortillas, this is the part I love most, the filling. There's something deeply satisfying about combining finely minced lamb with sweet melting onions. But what always makes me pause is the barbaras. Tiny, ruby-like dried fruits. My grandmother used to say they're like little secrets hidden in each bite. Just when the richness of the meat settles, you get this bright, sour spark, like a squeeze of lemon in a heavy stew. Now I'm sealing the pot with dough so all the juices and aromas stay trapped inside. It's as if the meat is steaming in its own essence, unlocking a tenderness you can't replicate any other way. The tightly closed pot locks in the essence of the ingredients, concentrating the taste to make each bite incredibly rich. I've added some malika too for a gentle tartness that balances out the meat's richness. The fruit's subtle sourness seeps into the filling, cutting through the savory notes and adding a new layer of depth. By the way, how many of you have explored Uzbek cuisine beyond plov? That's a dish we make quite often. But what about langman, somsa, or naan? Let me know your thoughts. Which dish is your favorite? Drop a comment below. The tortillas need to cook in the tandoor for about 1.5 to 2 hours. The slow, steady heat crisps the dough to perfection while gently coaxing tenderness and flavor from the meat inside. I feel so good right now. The sun's out, the weather's warm, and I can smell the tortillas baking in the tandoor. The wafting aroma has slipped into every corner of the kitchen, wrapping me in a cozy embrace. Introducing dishes from every corner of the world allows us to commune with the very essence of their culture. As I always say, cooking isn't just about food. It's a window into a people's history, their traditions, their soul. The rich flavors we create today are like a bridge to those distant lands and times. Now I'm stepping away from the traditional pots and simply filling the dough directly, just making sure there's enough for everyone. You know how often I have a crowd of hungry guests. You're probably thinking, when do we stop and finally eat? Well, hold tight. This is the final step of today's episode. I can't end without making a fresh batch of tandoori bread. With this beautiful tandoor beside me, it would be almost sinful not to. Skipping it would be like leaving the table without dessert. Whenever my gaze drifts toward the distant hills, a deep breath fills my chest, bringing with it an overwhelming sense of gratitude for being Azerbaijani, born of a land so rich, diverse, and authentic. It's a privilege to come from a region that shares so many traditions and dishes with our neighbors. A heartfelt thanks to the wonderful Uzbek people and their incredible culture, which has added so much color and flavor to our world. Mickey's thankful too. He's got something sweet to nibble on. Hey, have you ever seen a goat munching on figs? Well, let me tell you, Azerbaijani goats are quite particular. Take Mickey, for instance. He refuses to eat anything but freshly picked figs. What a spoiled little guy. But honestly, I can't help but adore him. Look at those fire-kissed golden cheeks, and the sesame seeds scattered like freckles across the top. It's a sight that makes your stomach rumble just looking at it. What a revelation! The way the flavors have melded together, how the heat transformed these humble ingredients into something magical. And just look at this broth that formed inside the pot. So rich and warming, it's like comfort served in a bowl.
Super.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that bell to stay tuned for more delicious discoveries. Until next time, my wonderful people, and many thanks again to the beautiful Uzbek culture. With love from Azerbaijan.
Kanalımıza dəstək olmaq istəyirsinizsə, onlayn mağazamızdan xüsusi bıçaq və ya taxta qablarımızı əldə edə bilərsiniz. Mağazanın linki videonun altındakı təsvirdə var. Super!